I'm wondering how this is going to end. He chose to, there's a fence, a log fence, and a white picket fence. He's pulling right in, he's crashing right into the fence. He's trying to make an escape, and the cops hit him with the hood of the car. He looks pretty trapped now. The suspect being pulled off the hood of the policeman's car, being told to get down on the ground, but I don't think the suspect can move this because it looks like his leg is caught between the hood of the car. The officer inside the car being told to move the car back so the suspect can escape. Even though there's no resistance, the policeman is starting to knee him in the groin and beat him about the head and shoulders, and now they're in hot pursuit. It looks to me like the suspect might be trying to escape the obvious beating that these police have in store for him, and he's running down the street looking for a place to go. It looks like he might be trying to head toward a house, with, of course, obvious bystanders. They're trying to stay out of the way.
Now,
Running back to...
Can he be heading back to his house, Captain
I
Dan?
think he is to surrender to the other officers that are waiting there for him, but they're waiting they're laying in wait for him right there so they can give him a beating as well. The officers, even though the suspect is down, the officer up to the right there is hitting with his flashlight. They're continuing to kick him. He is down. There are 6 officers on top of him, 7 officers, and even though he looks like he has surrendered,
Did you see him offering any resistance, Captain Dan?
none whatsoever, Owen. It looked to me like he was on the ground, laying prone, and the officer up at the far corner of the screen started kicking him and hitting him with the flashlight. Nonetheless, we're seeing it again. We're seeing him trapped here, right here. And you can see how he's trapped. He cannot go anywhere. He's being told to get out, and he can't move, Owen.
Now, when is the first time of trouble that you've seen?
It's coming up right around here, whereas you see with no provocation, he is being kneed in the groin, being kneed again, and he is being beaten about the head and shoulders by the police officer. As you can see, he's offered no resistance. He did not try and hit back. All he's doing is trying to run.
And you think that he was heading back to his house here? Is that what you were saying?
We have unconfirmed reports that his house is actually on this block, and that more likely than not is his house. And he was probably going back to surrender to or to find the other officers there, because obviously these officers had a grudge against him. They wanted to give this boy a terrible beating.
Now, could there have been something happening around this corner here, something that he could have done to provoke this type of beating?
Not at all. I don't see any kind of weaponry or any kind of fortress that he could have been trying to go to. Obviously, he's not here, but pay very close attention to this, Owen. You see the 2 policemen beating him right here. Now, watch this 7th police officer that comes in on the top right-hand corner with the flashlight on. It looks like even though he's laying prone, see he kicks totally unprovoked, Owen, and he'll start beating him with the flashlight, totally unprovoked. The guy's laying down with 3 officers on top of him, obviously not able to move. But that officer sees fit to continue to pummel him with the flashlight, which I don't see any resistance at all being given here. Continuing to be poked in the back with the flashlight by the bald officer in the green jacket there up at the top.
Now, these are both LAPD as well as Sheriff's Department, looks like. Is that your vantage
Yes,
point?
that's true, Owen. We have, looks like 2 LAPD, 2 Sheriff's Department, and not exactly sure if the green jacket fellows are, but I would say that the bald one with the flashlight would have a lot of explanation in why he continues to pummel this guy.
Now, do you think it's fairly obvious that these people did not know they were being observed when they were giving the suspect the beating?
I would think not. My assessment would be that if they knew that they were being observed by us, they probably would have acted a little bit different. But perhaps we are seeing a very candid situation here of perhaps how things are in the street when they are not being observed.
At what point do you think they noticed that there was a helicopter above them?
It almost looks like that bald officer has to get around the other officers to purposely go in and start beating him with the flashlight. There was really, to me, no need for him to get in there. It looked like they had the situation fairly well under control. But he had to dance around 2 police officers to purposely go in there and get his lips in.
I would think that there's some...
Now, the police have had this house surrounded for some time now. They have their guns drawn, and it looks like they may have broken out the... well, there you see them with the gas masks taking the lob tear gas into the windows. It doesn't seem to me that there might be anybody home at this house. They've been here for a while. No shots or activity of any sort have come from inside the house. Now, that looks like an officer perched at the ready in an adjacent house in the event that activity from the suspect house should arrive.
Now, have you seen the suspect at all?
We have seen nobody from inside the house at all, of any activity of any kind. There you can see a closer shot of the SWAT team officer from the adjacent house moving the curtain to get a clearer shot. Enough unobstructed view of the house that the police have surrounded the suspect's house. But there does not seem to be any kind of activity from the suspect's house whatsoever. Is the suspect hiding, sleeping, not at home? We just don't know anything yet. We'll continue to observe as the SWAT team begins to move in now.
So have you heard anything? Has there been any noises, any gunfire from the house, any screaming, any sounds whatsoever?
No sounds from inside the house whatsoever. The only sounds that have been in relation to this situation have been the actual police officers themselves. They walk up with the dog there, you can see, guns drawn, looking for some kind of activity, something going on inside the house. It seems very, very quiet in there. It looks like they're trying to gain entry to the house. They're up at the front door, off to the side. All the other officers...
Now, for them to be taking this type of activity, this type of precaution, with this type of argument, you'd think there would have to be somebody there.
Okay, the door is open now. They have opened the front door now, as you can see. They're attempting to gain entry, but being very cautious. In the slight possibility that there is somebody home laying in wait for them, they're being very cautious right now, but it just does not look like there's anybody home there. Usually you can see some kind of activity, people looking out of the curtains, to see what's going on outside or something, but it does not seem somebody's motioning to the other officers to come in and into the house as well.
Now, it seems rather inappropriate if there's nobody there for them to be coming into this type of course with guns out.
Yeah, that is true. It seems very odd to me that with their information that obviously led them to this house to lead them to think there was a suspect there. It just does not look very disappointing to the officers. Maybe this mission was something that's gone awry with this mission. You see another officer there pacing around the house.
Now, you would think there is a degree of danger just being in this area for the neighbors. All of these officers with weapons drawn, and they are actually putting the neighborhood into a bit of a danger zone.
There is a certain amount of peril for the rest of the neighborhood when they undergo an operation like this. Obviously, the person who allowed that officer to gain into their house and have a clear view out their window, that's putting them out a little bit. The dog sniffing around, doesn't look like the dog is even finding anything. The dog was more interested in finding the nearest fire hydrant than finding a suspect. I just do not think that. I would be surprised if they came and find this is their own house altogether. It just does not look like the kind of thing that they had anticipated in this got going on here.
Now, you wonder what their legal grounds are. If this is not the correct house, or it's sort of broken into an incorrect house, I think they would have to have some type of belief that there's somebody in there.
Yeah, I have no idea what kind of information they had to base this raid on. It seems that it was bad information at the very least. They're bringing out a little parrot hole. You probably look under the house, look around the corners to not put themselves in danger in case everyone with the gas mask is still on. Obviously, they haven't passed them on tear gas yet. Looking into the basement to see if possibly somebody may be hiding underneath.
I would think that's a very dangerous maneuver, putting your face there, if you believe there's somebody in there who's obviously believe armed with all the arguments you have.
It's very possible when you put your face down that close to one of those little peepholes that you can find yourself looking down the barrel, looking down. That's a chance the officers have to take. But it just seems as this goes on, unless there's somebody who's very good at hiding under the house, it just seems like this mission has gone awry.
Actually, we've just gotten word this is the wrong house. They're still entering. The word hasn't gotten to the officers yet, but we found out through our sources that this is definitely the wrong house.
Well, the officers are going to have to pay for that garage door. It looks like they have broken and entered into a garage door with nobody there and certainly the wrong house. Your reports are correct. The red convertible Volkswagen Cabriolet has come to a complete stop now, as if he is planning on surrendering. The police moving in on on the passenger side of the vehicle. You can see an officer with guns drawn right there. He's had the
Gunfire from our angle.
I see the glass shooting out of the side of the driver's side window. It looks like he has fired upon the suspect, and he's reloading and preparing to fire again. Let's take another look at that. You can see the window, the smoke, and the driver's side window shattering as the police officer's bullet shatters through the car, even though the car was stopped. We're receiving reports now that the suspect is believed to have not been armed. We don't know what he could have possibly have done to deserve this type of reaction from the officer. Two officers moving in now. It looks like as near as we can see from up here, it looks like the suspect has pretty much been neutralized. We're trying to get in and get a little closer look. You can see the glass down by the car there. That's the glass from the driver's side window that was shot out. And it looks like the back window...
That's what I was going to say, Captain Dave. It looks like the back window's been shot out as well. There must have been multiple shots fired.
We didn't see any shots coming out through the window, the front window of the car, so we can't confirm that, but it does look like there is a bullet hole through the back of the convertible.
Now, Captain Dave, the vehicle obviously has pulled.
We are over the I-10 freeway here, and looking at the car that has been stopped at the freeway in a taxi cab. The door is open, and the suspect is still inside. No officers moving in at this point.
Now, Captain Dave, have you heard about the number of people in the car? Can you see from your vantage point? Is there one, two?
I don't see any indication of how many there are actually inside the car. I'm led to believe that it is at least one woman and possibly a cab driver as well. So very possible that there are two.
Now,
those look like officers trying to move in.
they look to be fairly heavily armed there. There must be some high-caliber weapons in there. The officers look like they have shields with them.
Very heavily armed. Looks like they do have shields. They are anticipating, of course, the worst. But it just doesn't look like there's any activity quite yet. What if we could try and get in maybe a little tighter on the car? We don't want to... There we go. Thank you.
Now, we heard indications that there was a female in there with some type of high-caliber weapon and holding both on the cab driver.
Okay, here's a better shot. This is the cab driver right here, and we're looking for that weapon you mentioned, Owen. We're not seeing any indication that there's a weapon. The cab driver has his hands completely out. We believe that he is being held captive by the suspect, who I believe may be in the back. And we're looking for some kind of indication of that right now.
Now, he looked to be arguing with her. That does not seem to be the smartest thing to do.
Well, his hands were out as if he was trying to either argue or maybe reason with her. Maybe he's trying to coax her into giving up. You can definitely see somebody in the back now. My assessment is that there's two people, one in the back and one in the front. The cab driver obviously being held hostage here by the passenger in the back. We see a little bit of movement in the back. We're not exactly sure what's going on. If there's a weapon back there or not.
Now, this has gone on for several hours
Oh,
now.
gunshots have been fired. Did you see that?
It certainly looked like it.
We're not sure if it came from inside the car or if it has come from outside shooting into the car, but there was definitely a shot fired.
Now, do you think there'll be
another shot fired. It is coming from outside. The police have moved in, and it looks like, as near as I can tell, it's very dark out here, that the police have moved in and shot the suspect inside. It looks like they're firing into the back, so obviously
Now, I am surprised that the people held captive have not fled the vehicle yet.
That seems very odd to me as well, Owen. And chances are maybe he just might be in shock or something and unable to move. But there you see the officer moving into the point-blank range, firing another shot into the car.
This is something they can probably only do at night with the cover of darkness to get that close to the vehicle to take out the suspect.
That's also very dangerous. There is the captain running away right there. It looks like a woman.
So the cab driver is either injured or possibly has fled.
Been in pursuit of the vehicle for quite some time. Looks like this is a fishtail attempt right here, and the officer in the police car has fishtailed the car, rolling over on his side, almost rolling over on the top of the car. But the driver has been boxed in now, has virtually no place to go. Still, the police car's ramming into. You can see something sticking out the side of the window there, down at the very bottom. It looks like maybe the suspect's arm. He's obviously being held in a prone position there, but the police continued ram the car.
Now, it seems that they have no regard for injuries that might be suffered by other people in the vehicle.
It would seem not, Owen. It seems like they, at any cost, are trying to get the suspect out of the car.
Now, is there any indication that they knew that there was only one individual in there?
I do not have any indication that they knew at all. This being a fairly large vehicle, there could be some more people in the back. I can see the windows being fairly tinted fairly dark, so you just never can tell sometimes with windows that are tinted that dark how many people are actually in the car. So they're probably expecting maybe more than are in there, but there he's handing out, there is the arm of the suspect.
Now, the suspect must be injured. They look like they're pulling on him fairly hard.
Yes, he's having having kind of a hard time getting out of the vehicle there. He's down on the ground with his arms out. He's surrendering, lying in the prone position.
Now, it looks like there must not be anybody else in the vehicle, so they're saying no attention to the vehicle, just the suspect.
Well, it looks like this may have been a stolen car. We're outside the house now where police have been surrounding for quite some time, and they're looking for a suspect at home. As you can see, they're behind their shield with the heavy firepower drawn, ready to go. A fairly nice house.
Now, it looks like there's a car that's run into the vehicle. It's a police vehicle.
It's a police vehicle that has crashed right through the garage door section of this house. And as you can see, some of the awning or something has crashed back down onto the vehicle.
Now, might that have been a maneuver for the police to gain access to the house, or this has been more an accident?
Well, it could have been both. My assessment might be that it was a way to take the suspect inside the tension away or divert their attention so the police can move into position in another side of the house.
Now, this looks like it may be a police ambulance out here as well. Would that give you an indication there has been injury?
There maybe had been some injuries. We're checking on that right now, waiting for confirmation. But they're prepared basically for anything. As you can see, the gun's still drawn, waiting to see some kind of activity inside the house.
And now, this is the Simi Valley Police Department. Do you think they are as acquainted as LAPD with this type of situation?
It's really hard to tell. It seems like they've been given the proper firepower to handle a situation like this, whether they are sharp enough to handle things like this on a day-to-day basis. Of course, LAPD handle things like this virtually every day. Oh, there are shots being fired inside the house now, and the officers are running away.
So have you heard any shots coming from the house?
I cannot confirm any activity from inside the house whatsoever. We see no shots being fired from inside. We see nothing. Obviously, if shots are being fired from inside, the trees are going to be, wiggling, or the fence is going to be smoking.
Now, it looks like the officers are reloading here. Is that your indication? It looks like they handed a canister off from one officer to the other.
They probably are getting ready to gas the place with tear gas. But I don't even know if anybody is home with this residence here. It doesn't seem that if there's any kind of activity inside whatsoever.
Now, from some of our other vantage points, we see quite a number of the windows shot out. It's obviously been going on for a while. A lot of firepower going into the house. You see nothing of the suspect or nothing of any firepower coming out.
From where we're at, Owen, we have seen nothing coming from the inside out. We've only seen the officers virtually shooting out windows, shooting over the fence. Looks like they're about ready to fire again here. There's more firing going on. I'm wondering what the officers are basing their decision to fire inside the house.
Yeah, that was quite the blast coming out of that gun. Was that a tear gas canister? Do you know?
I'm not exactly sure from up here. It's very hard to tell. I don't believe it was. But it looks to me like they seem to believe that somebody still is in the house. They're continuing firing in.
I think that was tear gas.
That was tear gas?
Quite a big blast from that gun. It must have been tear gas.
Well, that would explain the gas mask. They're obviously ready to go in with their maneuver once the gas is permeated the interior of the house there.
Now, from our vantage point, you can see the officer moving. They're firing again.
They're firing again. Look, they're firing again.
Now, is there any indication that these officers are can be seen from inside the house? Obviously, our vantage point, we can see them.
Well, unless the suspect inside is watching this live broadcast right now, I doubt that they're probably have any idea. You can see there's something rolling on the sidewalk there. It looks like a discarded tear gas canister. There's several tear gas canisters right there. It looks like that's in fact what they are doing, is they're gassing the place. anyways, to try and get the suspect from the inside out. As you can see, discarding another tear gas canister there.
Now, is there any motion in the house? Do you see any motion?
I see nothing. There is nobody running out with the tear gas surrendering. There is no kind of activity whatsoever. They have shot out the majority of the windows.
You can't see the large holes through these sliding glass doors here. That must be tear gas canisters. Look at the size of the holes.
The size of the holes, yes, definitely tear gas. Well, there is nobody coming out, and you think with tear gas being what it is, that somebody would have been out long before now. But I just don't think anybody's home. I think this is another situation where windows have been broken, property has been damaged by the police, and no suspect has been turned up. And
now, is there a danger to the neighborhood in this situation since there is so much gunfire going on here?
Especially with the number of police that we have on the scene here, that is always a danger in a situation like this. The police still seem determined that there is somebody at home that they are waiting for.
There seems to be some motion in the windows. It looks like it's just a curtain blowing. Could they be thinking the curtain is the suspect?
They're firing again, Owen. They obviously believe that something is going on inside, but from up here, I have seen no return fire or anything. The only firing that I've seen going on is coming from the police. They're ready for anything, though. They have the shields drawn, the heavy artillery. Looks like he's loading another tear gas canister. And it's not that big of a house. You'd think with as many canisters as we saw laying on the ground there discarded, that the whole house virtually would be full of tear gas.
Now, do you have any knowledge of these shields? How much protection does that afford the officer who's behind it?
These shields are pretty heavy duty. Your average bullet does not get through this type of armor. So it looks like there goes another tear gas canister. Just wondering how much tear gas they're going to feel the need to lob into this house.
Now the tear gas canisters scattered all over they look like they're making a move here.
They're firing over the fence again. Obviously they're shooting at something. There's something in there that they keep shooting at. We have not obtained any reports as to what or who may be in the house. I think it's relatively safe to say that nobody is in the house because with that much tear gas, there's no way, short of someone with the gas mask getting ready, there was just no way for anyone to... and another shot being fired over the fence.
Now that definitely wasn't tear gas. That looked like gunfire.
It looked like regular gunfire there. I didn't see a tear gas canister being ejected. As you can see once again, as we take this angle from above the house, the huge holes in the window that were put there by the tear gas canister being lobbed in. And once again, no activity whatsoever around the house. And police have been pursuing this red sport utility vehicle for quite some time. He's pulling into a parking lot here. And
that does not seem to be the smartest move to pull into a parking lot. You have no access out of there.
Yeah, it's a very, you run the risk of, there's an officer with guns drawn right there. It looks like he's pretty much come to a dead end. It's going to be interesting to see what he tries to do. He's trying to get away from the officer, backing up, trying to find a way out.
Could he be surrendering here? Or just confused, possibly?
I think he's probably more confused than anything. His heart's probably racing, the adrenaline's probably pumping. He's probably not exactly sure what his next move is going to be right now. He may be trying to ram the officer. It doesn't look like that's the case because all he'd have to do is the officer banging on the window for the suspect to get out of the car. The other officer, as you can see, guns drawn, covering the back of the other officer. The suspect not stopping.
It doesn't look like there's any indication that he's armed.
His both hands, one hand is on the wheel. You can see the left hand is on the wheel, the right hand is on the shift. It doesn't look like he's holding a gun or any other type of weapon. He may be trying to use this sport utility vehicle as a weapon, but now looks like he's brought it to a stop. He keeps popping it into reverse. Now he's being rammed by a police vehicle.
Now, why haven't the police tried to just use their vehicle to barricade him in?
It looks like what's happening right now. They're boxing him in right here. It looks like this might be the end for the suspect. He may have to surrender at this point, but he's still attempting to move the vehicle around.
Now, he does not look like he's aimed the vehicle at any individual.
If he had tried to use that for utility
He looks
vehicle,
to be stopped here.
He looks to be stopped. He wants to
He's
pull in, pulling forward, and the police are firing on the suspect.
Are they firing?
They're
It looks
firing.
like
You can see the glass breaking from you can see the passenger side window breaking, the windshield breaking there. The passenger has, and the crossfire is amazing here because if you can see that, Owen, you can see officers on virtually every side of this firing in. And the crossfire must be fairly dangerous as well for the other officers.
Now, Captain Dave, it looked like he had nowhere to go. Why would the police have fired at this point?
It looked to me like he was barely trapped and that a peaceful resolve, a peaceful resolution could have been obtained from this situation, but the police chose to fire anyway. And both his hands looked to me, his left hand looked to me to be on the wheel, and the right hand looked to be on the gear shift. And it didn't look like he was drawing a weapon or had a weapon of any sort whatsoever.
From your vantage point, were you able to see any type of gun that he may have?
I could see no weapon at all. The police obviously would say that the vehicle itself could have been construed as a weapon, but the crossfire that was going on there was amazing because not only did it prove probably deadly to the suspect, but it could have proven deadly to the other officers who might have been standing on the wrong side of the vehicle. Some of those bullets were going through the vehicle.
Are you seeing any motion in the car?
I see no motion through the, I believe that's some kind of a sunroof or moonroof right there. I see nothing going on inside. The officers still approaching fairly cautiously. They may not think that they have the situation completely under control. They're moving it very slowly. You can see the officer there in the middle, waving off to the other officers, breaking out the remainder of the glass in the passenger side window, opening up the door, all the glass falling onto the street now. It looks like the officer has put his gun away, that possibly the suspect has been killed.
Now, could the officers have made a mistake? Could they have thought that some of the gunfire was coming from the vehicle due to the crossfire?
That's always a possibility once the shots start being... Police have been called to this establishment here, reported a suspect up on the second floor upstairs. You can see the SWAT team with weapons drawn, ready for some kind of activity inside. We've seen nothing happen yet. We're still waiting to see what will happen.
Any indication of the number of suspects they're pursuing?
We only have an indication of one suspect, one black male.
Now, this seems like an awful lot of officers, an awful lot of vehicles for one individual. Would you consider this maybe overkill?
Yeah, this could be by chance a bit excessive, but sometimes you see the bulletproof vest there. The SWAT team officers expecting anything. He's moving into position there with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th behind him. We're on Pacific Coast Highway here.
Now, that door directly ahead from your angle, is that the door where they are looking to enter?
Yes, I believe it is. My indication that the suspect at this point might be upstairs in the house. There's more officers moving into position. You can see the police lines, the barricade being, there's one SWAT team officer trying to gain access to the house. You can see the SWAT team officer moving into position there right by the door, searching his pockets for something. Looks like he may have the key to the building, probably obtained from the landlord or whatever, but it looks like he's attempting to gain entry into the building right now.
Now, that looks like a wood door. If the suspect is on the other side, that seems to be a very dangerous position for the officer to be in.
That's why you see the SWAT team off to the side there, and he's kicking open the door. It looks like there may be it looks like the door has been barricaded.
I think that definitely gives us the indication there's somebody there.
Yeah, somebody is definitely inside. You can see the barricade. It looks like he's throwing a bicycle in front of the door, a big wood beam. The officer getting a weapon or a mirror. Looks like you can look around the corner to see if there is a suspect around the corner. That's their way of being able to, in a very periscope type way, looking around the angles and down into the holes where there could be potential danger.
Now, I would think it would be difficult for them to try to make it up the stairs there with all of the stuff that was barricading the door.
I got to tell you, SWAT team maneuvers stairs can prove to be the most deadly for SWAT team members because they're so unpredictable and
looks like they're going in.
They're going in. The person is getting the bicycle out of the way, moving some of the barricaded items out of the way. It looks like they are going in to try and apprehend the suspect here.
Any indication how they determine who's the first one in?
I think they, short of drawing straws, Owen, there's just no way to tell who will be the first one in.
Now, it looks like 2 officers have entered.
First officer we saw with the keys and the mirror, looks like he's already in. Looks like he's given the high sign to the other officers to go in. See the second officer there, both the third officer, and it's okay to go in. Guns are drawn, they are ready for anything at this point, Owen.
Now, our indication is there is indeed a suspect there.
If there is our report is that there's a black male suspect upstairs in this apartment complex, in this housing complex. And it looks like only one officer so far has actually gone upstairs, possibly to apprehend the suspect.
There's a better view of the location right there.
You can see kind of an indication of the window being up on the second floor. You may lead us to believe that he might be up there. That's why that officer is probably turned around, looking out keeping a very close eye on that window there to make sure that nothing.
I think without question they've secured this location.
This location is pretty safe to say it has been secured. It doesn't look to me like they're completely 100% on guard. It looks like they are a little more relaxed here. Their body posture tells me that it does look like it might be under control. But there's the suspect right there, the black male upstairs. At this point, you have to have a little bit of sympathy for the police because working in a city like Los Angeles where riots and things like this do happen, it makes it a little bit difficult. Sometimes your judgment might be impaired because you make mistakes, Owen. It's just a fact of life. As we get kind of more of a bird's eye view of what's going on down here with the riot in progress. See, there's a building fire right there. Obviously, it's considered as part of the riots.
We understand that police are trying to avoid this area. They don't feel comfortable coming in here because the ones who have, including the police department, have been fired upon.
That's true, and they are very outnumbered at this point, very much outnumbered. And there's a vehicle on fire right there. You see a male down just kind of waving casually as he pushes the car out into the intersection. And out into the street, it just looks to me like they're staying dangerously close to this car. They're waving, and it's a very cavalier, callous attitude down here right now. Quite frankly, Owen, I'm glad I'm up in this helicopter because it looks like a total mess going on down there.
Now, from your vantage point, can you see any police in this neighborhood?
I see no police whatsoever. I think they're being very careful to stay clear of this as to not escalate the situation. They're on thought maybe at this point, Owen, just kind of letting it come to a head and get resolve itself, and then they would come in for the cleanup. But if this car is on fire here, explodes, and it could be very ugly here.
Now, have you heard anything about the fire department? We've heard rumors that they've come in and left because they were being fired upon as well.
Yes, the fire department as well as police and paramedics as well. There's a man in a truck who's been stopped at an intersection, and he's being pulled from the truck by the males there. They're pulling this truck driver from the car. It looks like a white male. He's being beaten.
Did you see anything he might have done to provoke you?
I don't see anything that he's done at all. All I see, he's being drugged. He's being kicked and drugged and kicked.
Anybody coming to his rescue? Do you see anybody
Nobody's coming to his
help?
rescue at all. I see all these other people converging upon him just to beat and kick this guy.
Now, from your altitude, did you see police? Are there any police heading in to help him?
We see no police or paramedics or fire of any type. It looks like this guy just may have been caught. They're throwing bricks on at the windshield there. And this guy just may have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he's not moving. Throwing an empty fire hydrant at the guy. The gentleman looks like he is out.
Do you see any motion from him whatsoever?
I see nothing. He is either just sitting there looting his truck right now. It looks like the members of this community are starting to pull stuff from his truck.
It does not look like anybody is coming to his aid.
Nobody is coming to rescue him at this point. Oh, this is a very sad day in LA life. I got to tell you, this type of thing happens. It's very sad. It's clear to me why the police, why the fire department does not want to come anywhere near this area.
Now, how might this weigh on future actions by the police?
Well, it's going to weigh poorly, quite honestly, Owen. It's not going to bode well for members of the community or the police. This is a fairly financially strapped community anyway. I see a little bit of movement from the guy. It looks like he may still be, yeah, he is moving on. It looks like he's not dead. He's just very badly beaten with nobody coming to his aid. And this is a fairly financially depressed area anyway. This is just not going to help their financial future here. People are going to start avoiding this neighborhood at all costs. It's going to take on a very bad vibe from here on out.
Now, where might this individual be heading to? If he gets up, where might he go?
This looks like some kind of person on a boat. Here comes the Good Samaritans right now to help this guy kind of clean up the area a little bit. It looks like they're helping him to his feet. He's very badly beaten, as you can see, missing a shoe, trying to get back into the truck to get out of here.
It looks like somebody taking photos of him.
Looks like they're taking photos of him or they're taunting him in some way. There's another 18-wheeler. I wish somebody would stop and pick this poor guy up and get him out of this area because he obviously needs help very much so.
Now he's back in his vehicle.
Back in the vehicle taking refuge.
Looks like this individual may be aiding him.
It looks like he's picking up some of the guy's belongings, giving them back to him. You can see the 18-wheeler has stopped in front of the truck there.
Now, any indication that this other vehicle may face the same outcome?
In a truck of that size, I'm thinking that he could, if that was the case, now you can see a convertible pulling up there.
High above the city of Los Angeles, known not just for its bright lights, movie stars, and rock music, but most recently for its unmatched violence, and not just from its underworld population, but also from its police force. Watching from an unobserved eye in the sky, this is your chance to find out what really goes on when those sworn to protect and serve lose control and cross over the thin blue line.
Not exactly sure why it takes so many police on this one suspect who obviously
Witness when cops attack.
But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 standing around 4 on him, holding his legs down.
Airborne over the city of Angels, see firsthand what is too often meant by keeping the peace.
The cops are pushing him right on the side, and he's rolling over almost on his cop. The police obviously have no intention of letting him down or get out of the vehicle. It looks like he's barely grabbing the guy down.
This bird's eye view captures on camera what you've only heard about, but aren't supposed to ever see.
The police stop, and it looks like the officer is, he's firing right. Let's take a look at that again. He fired right through the bullet came through the driver's side window. And there it is again as the officer is firing even though the vehicle has stopped.
Come along on the ride of your life as you now become the witness to cops out of control and suspects with no place to run.
Looks like they're firing on the suspect. The police surrounding him are firing on the suspect right now. You see the bullets coming there through the hollow window. And even though he is boxing with no place to go, the police chose to fire on him nonetheless. It looks like the passenger suspect may have been liquidated.
Let our chopper lift you up to the heavens as you find yourself looking down on a living hell.
Cornered and they're beating him and kicking him in the stomach. The suspect is down, covering his head so he doesn't receive any more, but he has 5 police on him. That doesn't seem, the fact that he's laying prone and has surrendered doesn't seem to dissuade the officer in the green tech there, who continues to pummel him with his flashlight and kick him and knee him and punch him in the back.
This is a trip that you might not believe, may try to forget, and just may want to leave behind.
At this point, it looks like the police have brought out their heavy artillery. They're firing over the fence with very heavy artillery. So I don't see that any shots are being returned from inside the house. The police are extensively shooting into the house from all angles here. You can see the officers surrounding the area, shooting into the house from all angles, but I see no shots being returned from inside the house. It looks like the weaponry that they brought out for this is pretty heavy-duty stuff. It just doesn't seem to be.
Hold on tight, because you are entering into the dark underside of a city that knows no mercy, no matter how innocent it might be.
When the baby opened that, police had to receive reports that there was a baby in the house. They kept firing inside anyway. Now the man has come out of the house and surrendered with the baby.
You have been warned.
We've been watching this pursuit for some time now, Owen. It looks like he's being boxed in with really nowhere to go. The gray vehicle, they're trying to get around the other vehicles, but it just looks like there is nowhere for him to go. The blue car off to the left, they're trying to pull over to the side as far as they can to allow police to come in on the driver's side. Looks like the police have successfully boxed him in.
It looks like he's surrendered at this point with absolutely no choice but to.
Their guns are drawn, and they are 5 officers surrounding the vehicle right there. And there is absolutely no choice but to surrender. There's nowhere for him to go. He's trying to unlock the door to get the officers, allow them to gain access. You see the suspect's hands inside. They can't get the door open, so they're just grabbing him and taking him right up through the window.
No, he looked like he was trying to get out for them.
They're dragging him right out through the passenger, through the driver's side window there, Owen. Pulling off his clothes, yanking him out of the car. It looks like his leg's caught there. They're trying to free his leg. They're pulling him right out through the window. Not even trying to open up the door. The suspect obviously had surrendered.
He looks like he's putting up no resistance, but it still looks like they may be beating him there.
Putting up virtually no resistance. It's hard to see what exactly is going on there with so many officers around. But they are holding him down. Definitely. You see the officers there with his feet. You can see the other officers leaning on his back and trying to get him cuffed.
Now, his feet look like they're definitely held down. It looks like they got the handcuffs on him, so his hands here look like they're held together.
That can't be the most comfortable position there for that guy there, Owen. It's got to be painful. Now, the SWAT team has been called in to what I understand might be a drug deal in progress, and the team begins to move in to surround the suspected drug deal.
Now, from what we've heard, this is an undercover operation, but these police seem to be rather open out there.
Yeah, they're very obvious about it. This doesn't seem very undercover to me at all, but at least they're covering their ground as far as the case, perhaps the drug deal maybe tried to escape, so they at least have the perimeter surrounded. A lot of people are talking to the Sheriff's Department deputies right there.
Now, from our indication, the suspects are on the hilltop directly ahead of the police and have a clear view of the police, but have not noticed them as of yet.
Well, nobody said that drug dealers were the brightest people on earth. Actually, somebody did, but I think it might have been a drug dealer. You can see them moving into position right now. Continuing to surround the hilltop, as you said, Owen, the high vantage point that the suspects do have. They have not noticed the operation going on down below them.
Now, with this number of vehicles, this number of officers, how could they not have been noticed by the suspects? They must be very engaged in their deal.
Obviously so. It seems to me that this is a pretty clear indication of what's going on down below. More police officers and cars showing up on the scene here.
Now, I believe the area they're trying to surround is just directly ahead of us, right at the top of the hill ahead of us.
Try and zoom in on...
There it is.
There it is, right
Good
there.
Angle.
That's the angle where the suspected deal is going down.
Now, you can see how closely the police have pulled in here, and from what we're told, there, you can see how close the police are parked to the vehicle up on top of the hill on the left, which is where this transaction is supposed to be taking
They're
place.
certainly not making any bones about their presence here, Owen. They are being very, very visible. As you can see, they are quite high up on this hill here. They should be able to see what's going
Now
on
the
down
suspects
below.
are exiting the vehicle. I think to their surprise, they did not realize they were surrounded.
Well, they know it now because they have surrendered and they are leaned up against the car in the prone position.
Now, I believe we're going to have the police coming up from behind them just for the police protection, telling them to go to the ground.
Looks like the suspect there is having problems catching his breath. He's reaching in his pocket, looks like. He's closing the door.
I think he's just very
I
surprised.
think he's very surprised. It very much took him by surprise, but obviously he wasn't aware of his surroundings to realize what was going on with this whole operation.
And there are the officers
The
coming
officers
in,
are
right
coming in to
behind
make
them.
the arrest right behind them. suspects leaned up against the vehicle. Two vehicles there with the suspects where the deal was taking place on this.
It looks like the officers are cutting the gate open. It's the only thing that slowed them down at all.
They're telling him to get down on the ground.
And they are highly armed.
Highly armed with gas masks and everything. Oh, he kicked him right in the head.
It looked like the suspect
made no resistance, made no move. He laid down.
It looked like he may have knocked him out with that kick. Now, these are drug dealers, and I think that certainly was uncalled for when he was offering no resistance.
It looked like to me that from this angle that we have here, it did not look like he was offering any resistance whatsoever. And the officer chose to come up and kick him right in the head.
Now, there
might be some more inside the car. It looks like they have.
They certainly look prepared for whatever may happen.
It looks like there might be some other movement and some other activity in the van behind this vehicle in the front here, the dark blue one.
Well, weapons are being put down now. It looks like they have it completely under control.
They have it completely under control. Looks like they're getting the hand ties out.
Now, Captain Dave, have you seen any motion from the suspect who was kicked so severely in the head?
I have not seen him move at all. I wouldn't be surprised if he was pretty much knocked unconscious by that move. That seemed like a very inappropriate move to me for a suspect who was laying prone on the ground. I saw no movement from him before that kick whatsoever. It just looked completely uncalled for. There's another officer emerging from the car. It looks like they are maybe scoping out the vehicle for any...
it still looks like the police are providing some kicks for these gentlemen.
It looks like they're not being the nicest to them.
Now that looks like the suspect that they're founding now, who was kicked in the head.
I think you're correct.
It looks like there's no motion for him.
No motion at all. I think he's out. The other one I see moving around, but I see that one not moving at all.
Well, they have them up. Looks like they're taking him into custody.
Looks like they're asking them if there's anything else in the car that they need to be aware of, any other drugs or drug paraphernalia that they would be interested in. As opposed to taking them down and putting them in the police vehicles, they're asking, I believe they're asking the suspect to point out where other drug-related materials may be found inside the car, giving them one last chance to come clean here.
Now, there must be quite the amount of paraphernalia in drugs.
Police in pursuit of this gray van now as it turns right, turns a corner into a residential area. The police hot on his tail. He's coming right up behind him. Looks like he's trying to do the old police fishtail move. And it's working as he spins the back of the gray van around as the other officer comes right up in front of him to block him in. The suspect with his hands up, you can see that he has surrendered to police. Police emerge from the vehicle with guns drawn.
Now, with a van with darkened windows like this, how do the police know who is in there and if they are innocent?
It's very difficult to tell who is in there with windows this dark. It's hard to tell who is in, how many people may be inside, and if they have weapons or not. That's why the police are being very cautious at this point. Looks like they might be attempting to take the driver out of the driver's side window or out of the driver's side door. They have the passenger door open. Looks like they have a clear view of what's going on inside the van. No indication of how many people actually are in the van. It looks like there might be a passenger and a driver, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like the passenger, I can see his arm there, his other arm is up.
Now the fishtail...
Looks like on the other side they've taken out, they pulled him out, they pulled the driver out.
Now the fishtail maneuver we saw
and they pulled the passenger out. There is indeed two. Looks like two passengers. Both down. Been in pursuit of this motorcyclist for quite some time with speeds in excess sometimes of 95 to 100 miles an hour. He's going down an off-ramp here off a strange offshoot of this residential area. Oh, he's going to hit the bus. Oh, he hit the bus. Did you see that, Owen? Did you see that back in the studio? He hit the bus right there.
He looks like he's severely injured there.
He looks very severely injured. He's down the ground. Let's take a look at that again in slow motion. As you can see the bus just coming across the intersection. And if he'd have been just a second later, he would have missed the bus. But as fate would have it, the very, very far back right end of the bus was where that motorcycle hit him. He is down to the ground. He looks completely unconscious, if not deceased.
Now, the pursuing officer should be arriving on the scene shortly to render assistance. It looks like he needs it.
Well, he needs some sort of assistance. The guy, I see no movement whatsoever. He is either entirely unconscious or he has been killed at this scene.
hopeful at the
Oh, he is moving. I see his left arm moving. It looks like he's severely injured. The police pulling up now to render assistance to the injured motorcyclist. Checking for weapons, it looks like. Trying to get his arm behind his back. It doesn't look like he's offering.
He must be severely hurt. It looks like this officer is manhandling him a bit.
He looks severely injured. I wouldn't be surprised if this is breaking maybe a few more bones the motorcyclist didn't have before.
Now let's say there was no resistance here. You'd think the officer would be a little bit more delicate. Somebody in this type of position.
You would think so, Owen. Okay, Owen, the situation so far, as we have heard, the SWAT team has been called into the area. Inside this house, allegedly a man is holding a baby hostage. He is armed. The police have already fired a few shots into the house. That's the mother right there of the baby. Coming up behind the SWAT team member, they're showing them the best way to gain entrance to the house through the back. The police have already fired a few shots into the house, which appears to be kind of dangerous. The baby inside. In fact, there is a child inside.
The mother must be very concerned with this situation here.
The mother has to be going out of her mind with regards to the baby, and the man inside being very rational in his actions.
Now look at the number of officers here. Now, is this protecting the child, or is this possibly putting the child in more peril?
I couldn't imagine that this would be at all helping the situation. The sheer number of officers may make the man even more nervous, and knows what he might be forced to do.
Now, with the child involved here, I have a feeling this may drag on long into the evening because the police are going to want to take every bit of caution that they can.
Yeah, they're going to take every precaution that they have at their disposal to try and get this baby out safely, because when you are talking about a child or a baby in this instance, you want to make sure that every I has been dotted and T has been crossed, because it could turn ugly. It could turn ugly. As you can see, it's nighttime now here. This has been going on for quite some time. I'm bringing in the artificial lights.
We understand he's coming out.
He's coming out. There is the man with the baby above his head. The baby looks to me to be okay. You see the baby moving his leg. It looks like the baby
Just an infant.
is virtually unharmed. The infant is unharmed. And the man has come out of the house and is surrendering to police.
So there was definitely a child inside, and there was definitely shots fired inside. That seems inappropriate.
Yeah, it seems that the police may be firing shots into the house of the baby. There might not have been the best judgment.
Now, where is the mother?
We have received reports that the mother is under SWAT team custody. And she's probably being brought out right now to receive the baby. Oh, there she is, as I suspected, in police care. The baby is being given back to her.
Must be very relieved.
Very happy reunion here in the back of the car. You can see the relief on the face of that right there. She is definitely glad the situation is over.
Any thoughts?
Now, the police in pursuit of this vehicle, trying to box him in, but he's going relatively fast. Trying the fishtail maneuver once again, famous police fishtail maneuver. As he hits the car is skidding off the side of the road, running into another car, a parked car. As you can see, the hood of the car has come up, but he's continuing on. He's not pulling over to the side. He's flipping around. The police boxing him in again.
That certainly will slow him up.
That's slowing him up quite a bit. As a matter of fact, he's getting out of the vehicle. He's running on foot.
I think he is scared of these pursuing officers.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's surrendering to the other officer right there.
Oh, he's brought down to the ground.
And the dog is coming in as well. The police officer is not calling out the dog. The dog, it looks like he has a pretty good hold of
it. Being thrown.
Punches being thrown, and the dog is on the suspect as well. And the officer's not doing anything.
Like he surrendered.
It looks like he surrendered. The police not doing anything to call the dog out.
They're still beating him.
They're still beating him, even though the suspect is down to the ground. Here comes another officer. It looked to me like he was running toward the other officer, surrendering, saying, "Get these other police officers off me." Let's take a look at it again. First, they try the fishtail maneuver. He slides off to the side. You can't see it, but there you go. You can see a little bit of him flipping the side of that parked vehicle. The hood of the car off. He can't be possibly having a very good view of where he's going with the hood obstructing his view like that.
Now, this is the point where he should have stopped.
He should have stopped. He's getting out of the car. He's continuing to run, but I think
he realizes it's too late.
I think he was kind of in fear for his life with those other officers, and they're going to canine patrol.
And here come the punches.
Here come the punches, and the dog as well. That dog can't, with his,
Look at that one officer. The punches being thrown. Too fisted.
yeah, the suspect is down in prone position, but the officer's continuing the pummeling, continuing the beating. And the dog is not being, has not been called off either. So it looks to me like a pure case of... Now, this military tank had been apprehended from a local base, and they've been in hot pursuit of this individual for quite some time. No, just rolling, as you can see, right over that car. While the property damage that this individual is inflicting is quite high, there have been no loss of life or no personal injuries at all. And the tank continuing down, rolling over that motorhome there, plowing right into the van. As I mentioned before, the property damage has been quite high, but nobody, no loss of life or anything so far. Obviously, inside the tank, a very disturbed individual who is in very serious need of some help. Hopefully the police are trained to handle this type of individual, this type of situation. There's another motorhome there. He's ramming the van right into the front of the motorhome. This tank just making this motorhome look like it's virtually made out of cardboard. Taking out the whole side of the motorhome there. This tank just virtually rending destruction everywhere it goes.
Now, Captain Dave, he seems to be interested in inflicting as much property damage as he can.
Yeah,
he seems to have gone nowhere near any individual.
Yeah, he hasn't gone near any individuals at all. Luckily, these are just parked cars. Property damage, like I said, is going to be quite high here, but he doesn't look like he is willing to inflict injuries on any person. The tank continues on. There's the car.
He did avoid
He
him.
did avoid him. Knowing that there was a driver in there, he did do everything he could to avoid the driver in his truck.
There's another vehicle with the driver.
Another vehicle with the driver, he's avoiding him.
Avoiding both of these.
Right through the intersection, he's purposely slowing down to avoid that driver. Obviously not interested in inflicting any bodily harm or bodily injury. Looks like he's crashed into the side of a house here, which may even slow a tank down. The tank is smoking, as you can see. There's black smoke coming out the back. That doesn't look to me to be a very good sign that this tank is in very good shape.
He obviously isn't
There's
going
another
to-
there's another passerby on the street there. Can you see him off to the left there?
And again, he is avoiding the other vehicle.
Again, avoiding the other vehicle and the passerby as well.
Looks like he's taken out another fire hydrant.
Yeah, you can see the stream of water up there from the fire hydrant that the tank is rolled over there. The stream of water obstructing our view of the tank. There it is right there. It comes from behind the stream of water. He continues down the street, continues to wreak havoc and property damage. There's a car with the driver inside who is backing up as good as he possibly can.
Now, he could have crushed this
He
car.
crushed that car. It was right in his way. All he would have had to have done was make a quick little left, and that car and the driver would have been injured. Taking out another fire hydrant. It seems that this individual is just bent on as much, creating as much destruction as possible. Taking out looks like a signpost there or something, middle section. And property damage seems to be the thing foremost of this gentleman's mind.
I would think if it was his intent to hurt people, he could have already.
He would have done so by now, I think. Taking out a stoplight. There goes the whole stoplight system right there. Boom. Down it goes. This tank is just cutting the swath through this town. It's unprecedented, Ellen. Stoplight is hung up, it looks like, on the tank itself, dragging the stoplight down the street.
Now, the police look like they've made no effort to stop him. They may just let him run for a while and run out of fuel.
I think the police are just going to let him get it out of the system, and they are just going to keep a close watch on this guy. In my assessment, that once he shows evidence of trying to inflict bodily injury, chances are the police may take a little more aggressive action. But as long as it's property damage, look, there's a whole line of cars. There's 6 lanes of cars. The tank could have chosen to drive right in the middle of it, and the tank has lost the stoplight support there.
Now, he's made his way onto the freeway.
He's onto the freeway here, and he looks like he stopped in the freeway overpass support. Virtually nowhere for this guy to go. He's backing up. The tank is still in fairly bad condition. It looks like black smoke coming out from it. It's not a good sign. Looks like he may have some sort of trouble with the maneuverability of the tank. On the freeway, you can see the freeway
He's
traffic.
hit the wall.
He's hit the wall. He's hit the median in the middle.
I think this is going to be the opportunity for the police to take it.
I think you're right, Owen. This is the perfect opportunity for the police to take it, because even this median looks like it's slowing this tank down. Even
He
a
does
tank,
look stuck. He
he's
does
stuck.
look
It
stuck.
doesn't look to me like he's going anywhere. Police using this opportunity to move in.
There's no reason to believe that there will be any loss of life here because he isn't going anywhere. The police should be able to extract him from the vehicle.
Police moving in to apprehend the suspect right now. And there's the tank. Into the smoke clears, we may see the officers actually going up on the tank. There he is right there. You can see the officer going on the corner of the tank in an attempt to go into the tank to apprehend the suspect. Converging upon the tank.
We understand that they have apprehended him.
The indication from the ground is that they have shot and killed the suspect. There didn't seem to be any provocation whatsoever. He was unarmed. It didn't seem that there was any reason for them to shoot and kill the suspect. Now, they've been in pursuit of this large white truck here for some time. As you can see, the traffic has been virtually diverted from all angles. The police trying to fishtail this truck. It's a little more difficult with a truck of this size, but they're trying. There they go with the first fishtail maneuver, spinning the truck around. The truck in pretty bad shape up there as it starts to ram into the telephone pole. Just narrowly missing the telephone pole. He's pulling back out onto the street again. The police may try another fishtail maneuver here. We just have to kind of wait and see what their plan with a truck of this size is. It's very difficult to tell what they're actually planning on doing. They're right on his bumper again. It looks like they're trying to force him into pulling over, or
It looks like they may be increasing his rate of speed. They're pushing him
they're
forward.
pushing him. They're trying the fishtail thing again, and they're increasing the speed that ordinarily he wouldn't have attempted.
He is out of control.
He's out of control. He's being spun out of control, crashing into the side of this house or this business here.
That is the end of this pursuit.
That's the end of this pursuit. It looks like the suspect not moving. He's slumped over the wheel there. It looks like he may be out. He may be unconscious. He is not moving at all. It looks to me like they have...
Hopefully they'll extract him easily from the vehicle because he's probably injured.
No, it looks like to me like he's completely out, and they're not being very delicate with him whatsoever, even though he's virtually unconscious. He looks slumped over the wheel there. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was unconscious. Had been unconscious earlier down the road, and their vehicle has maneuvered that truck exactly where they wanted it. Let's take a look at it again. The truck seems to be moving under its own power at this point. Police do their fishtail maneuver. The truck spins out of control. It looks like the truck is just kind of drifting under its own power now. The driver doesn't even look like he's in control of this vehicle at this point. It looks like the police are doing all of the motivating with their vehicles.
Can you tell from your angle if he is even awake, coherent?
It doesn't even look to me like he's steering or anything. It looks to me like he's completely at the mercy of where the police vehicle directs him.
And he is, again, just slumped over the wheel.
Which you see the white T-shirt, looks like he's slumped over the wheel, like he is virtually unconscious. The police extracting him rather roughly from the truck here, as you can see on the replay. Opening the truck door, slumped over the vehicle, offering no resistance, dragging him out as he hits the ground. That's gotta hurt. Guns drawn.
Looks like they punched his head down into the pavement.
Yeah, not handling this suspect very gingerly, I must say.
From your angle, can you see if he was offering any resistance?
I don't even see that the guy was even conscious, let alone offering. Motorcyclist is heading down the boulevard here. The police in pursuit, but keeping a fair distance at this point. Unlike police pursuit where it's a fairly good-sized vehicle, a lot can happen with a motorcycle because the bystander's actually trying to apprehend them himself. Look at them go. They're trying to apprehend the motorcyclist. And he's pulling a U-turn and getting the heck out of there because they look like angry villagers to me who are calling for blood. As he continues back down the boulevard the other way again, dodging traffic.
Looks like he's coming around now again for another pass.
He's going to try and make it through those bystanders the best he can on the motorcycle, maneuvering past them. Cutting a path right between them. And all around the traffic, which is at a standstill at this point. Other bystanders trying to get into the act. He's now watching his... Oh! Collided right into a car in the intersection.
It looked like that car intentionally hit him.
It looked like the car... I think you may be right. He may have been a part of the mob mentality down there and decided to just pull it out, and
He is injured.
he is injured. He's wobbling around a little strangely down there. He looks like
He just wants to call it
a
quits.
little disoriented. As the mob starts to descend upon the motorcyclist in an attempt to apprehend him and hold him for police, trying to pull him down to the ground with his shirt covering his head so he doesn't get beaten.
He is
the police-
obviously injured.
The police are on the scene now, obviously injured, feeling a little disoriented.
Here
Obviously.
comes the police to his
the
rescue.
police to his rescue.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Police using the opportunity to kick him right in the head while he is down.
He was definitely down. He was being held down. There was no reason for the police officer to come in and kick him like that.
Even though you're wearing a helmet, Owen, that's still got to hurt. And they're apprehend once again 6 officers, 7 officers swarming to the scene.
It looks like they're continuing to damage this gentleman.
They're continuing to drag him along the pavement here in an effort to apprehend him, but virtually no resistance being given. I don't see how a guy as disoriented as this, with everything that he's endured so far, could possibly resist.
Having been hit by that car, he's obviously injured.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit dizzy.
This certainly is adding to his injury.
More likely than not, this will probably have something to do with him sustaining more injuries. You can see another helicopter up in the air with us here, surveying the situation of what seems to be a fairly awful situation. As you can see, there's the fire right there that we believe was set by arsons earlier. Let's cut back to that video that we have of the truck that was pulled over. You saw one trucker get beaten up earlier. Now, and you remember this 18-wheeler that pulled over. Now, this trucker is having a very hard time being kicked and beaten by the members of this local community, being hit in the head with bricks, even though he's trying to get up. The members of this community choosing to see to it that he has no more belongings left in his truck. We're going to try and get back around on the other side of the truck here to see if this truck driver may be okay, if he's in fact moving, or if his face looks pretty bloodied. And it almost looks like the members of the community here are fairly proud of their handiwork. See if we can get a good shot of these gentlemen's faces for...
Any indication you have that these people realize you're above them in the helicopter and the camera?
I don't think they care, actually, quite frankly. I think they're so pumped up with adrenaline and with feelings of hatred that they just don't care who's watching. I think they're actually maybe taking pride in their handiwork that they would like a lot of people to see this situation. You can see more cars pulling into the intersection, realizing the trouble and trying to get the heck out of there. Nobody coming to this gentleman's aid, even though there's blood all over the pavement. The guy with a camcorder there to try and preserve the moment. Boy, this is sick. This is sick, Owen. This gives you one of those feelings in your stomach of what does humanity sunk to?
Now, from your vantage point, can you see anybody coming to his aid?
Nobody's
Police,
coming to his
fire
aid.
department?
It doesn't look to me like anybody's coming to his aid at all. It looks to me like that gentleman may have had a gun, a rifle of some sort. It looked to me like he walked up to the gentleman on the ground there and pointed the gun at him and decided to walk away. Nobody is coming to this man's rescue. There's somebody
Going for his wallet.
going for his wallet, it looks like, trying to roll him over to see if he has any money or anything on him.
And
running
he's
away.
right with his wallet.
Running between the two payloads on the truck there. Nobody, police, ambulance, fire, nobody will even come into this area because they have been fired upon. They're just letting the situation kind of burn itself out. Looks like he's still moving, like he's still conscious. It doesn't look like he's dead.
Looks like he's trying to get up.
Boy, that's got to be tough. The kind of injury that this guy has sustained. It's got to be difficult. Attempting to get back on his feet, probably looking to get the heck out of there. I just don't see how he's going to get it without aid.
They're pulling back to see if there's anybody anywhere who can offer assistance.
There are
to him.
people standing around, but nobody seems to be interested in offering any assistance of any type. You can see people. There's a few there, and they're more interested in looting the area stores. One lady running right by, not offering any assistance of any type.
It does look like he's making a valiant effort to get up and back to his truck.
My assessment is that if any of these local people who are here, if they offer any assistance to this gentleman at all, they themselves run the risk of probably being beaten up or shot or killed.
He's reaching out.
He looks very disoriented, and looks to me like he's just wondering what the heck hit him and how the heck to get out of there. Another gentleman, looks like the same gentleman that assisted his pummeling earlier, just kind of jumping over him. He looks like he can't see. There's probably so much blood in his face that he really has no idea where he's at. If it was safe for us to land in this area and bring him on board, we would have done so. But we just did not.
Is he up?
He is up on his feet, but it looks like he's very disoriented. Well, he's up on his knees anyway. He's not fully standing. But it looks like he may make it through these injuries okay if he can just get some help.
We're looking around at all the surrounding people. They must have noticed him, but nobody's coming to his aid.
There's cars around. There's definitely people around who could help him, but nobody seems interested in helping him at all. You can see there's plenty of cars. There's plenty of people on the street, on the corner.
And the police are making no effort to enter this area.
The police that have been fired upon. There's a motorcyclist. Looks like he may be trying to assess the situation, but it also looks like he may be trying to assess the best way for a hasty getaway. Looks like some sort of officer or something with the antennas, but I don't believe he is. Smoke coming obviously from some kind of fire or something that's going on here at this gas station. Sad day in Los Angeles history here today. We've seen man's inhumanity to man. It's something that sick feeling in your stomach.
Can you see where he is now?
I see that it looks like he is maybe back inside his truck with the door shut to try and yep, there he is right there in the driver's seat. Either trying to get the truck started again or trying to get just take refuge from all the craziness that's going on down there.
I think that's his only chance here to stay in the vehicle.
Even with the broken windows, it's still better than being out on the street there. He's lucky that he actually could make it